Okay, so for tonight's homework, you were working on either column A or B, depending on what you started on in class. So I'm going to start off with giving you since you were doing this part in class, the answers to this. So for number 1, you should have gotten x equals, sorry about that, -7. For number 2, you would have gotten x equals -1. For number 3, this would have been all real numbers. And the reason why, let me just do it for this number 3 here. Here I'm going to rewrite -32 minus 8x equals, then I'm going to multiply, that becomes -8x, and then -4 times 8 is -32. And you can see that they're the exact ones on the same side. So no matter what number you put in there, it's going to equal the same. I can put a 5, and then that's going to be a 5. And so it's -40 and a -32, -40 and a -32. So no matter what, same thing will work on this side here. I would have 5 minus 3 equals, not 3, that was the answer. 5 minus 2 equals 3, and that's plus 7x, 7x plus 3. And so I can put in any real number and it'll still come out the same. Even if you had the value of x equals 0, 7 times 0 is 0 plus 3, 7 times 0 is 0 plus 3, so it would equal 3 on both sides. I can put in 1. So the value of x could be 1. 7 times 1 is 1, plus 3 is 4. Is 10. So 7 times 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10. 7 times 1 plus 3 is 10. So 10 is equal to 10. All right, let's go to the next one. And this is what you should have been able to complete in class with your partner. If you were talking too much, you probably only stopped at number 2 and didn't get a whole lot going on. Number 5, x is equal to 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and work this problem out on both sides, just so that you can see. Remember, you have to distribute your numbers first. So I like to draw the arrows to remind myself to multiply. I have 5 times -2, that equals to -10. 5 times -3x is equal to -15x, equals the -33 plus 8x. Just because the numbers are larger doesn't mean it's going to be more complicated. Just means that the numbers are larger. That's it. I'm still going to follow the same process, right? I'm going to put my constants on one side and my coefficients on the other. And I have to put my variables will come with the coefficient. And so that term goes together. So I'm going to put the constants together. So I'm going to have a plus 10 and a plus 10. And so -33 plus 10 is going to equal to, and I'm going to draw my line down here, wasn't very straight, it's 23 plus 8x. And now I'm left with -15x. I'm going to bring my x over, so -8, -8. So I have a -15 plus a -8. I'm combining those. It becomes a -23x equals -23. I need to divide each side by -23. It's supposed to be a 2. All right, so a negative divided by a negative is equal to 1 whole. Okay, so again, oops, I'm so sorry about that. Did not get on there. Don't know why this is framing it now. Something new. All right, so that's the way that's going to work. You're going to do the same thing on this side here. So if you have the B column, I'll go ahead and work that one out. And here it's a -22 plus 8x equals 7 times 4 is 28x minus 7 times -6 is -42. Again, my numbers are larger. I'm still following the same process. My constants are going to be on one side, my coefficients and variables on the other. So I have to join those together. So I'm going to put this at plus 22, cancels each other out, plus 22. This becomes 20. Draw my line down here. So I have 28x negative, because that's the greater number, 20. That equals 8x. I'm going to bring my negative 28, because I have to move that over. So I combine a negative 28 with a positive 8. That leaves me with a 20. Negative 20x equals negative 20. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 20. So x is equal to positive 1, because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. All right, let's move to the other side. I'm going to only do a few problems here, and the rest you're going to be doing your own, and I will show you on both column A and B, depending on which one you have. So I want to take a look at this one, because some of you would say, oh my gosh, it is just too hard because there's too many numbers. Just because, remember, we have to combine everything that's on one side. Your final answer for 6, if you've done it, you can look at it and make sure you're correct, is negative 13. So now I'm going to start with column A. Here I have two constants that I can put together. So I have a negative 3 plus a 3. That gives me a 0. So I'm left with just x equals. Now look on this side. I have a negative 6 plus 8 gives me a 2. 2 plus 11 is 13 plus 2x. I'm going to need to bring the 2x to the other side. Minus 2x. And this leaves me with a negative x equals 13. I can't have that negative, so I'm going to multiply that by negative 1 and multiply this by negative 1. So x equals negative 13. And that's how we move that over. So it wasn't really difficult. It was just a matter of combining your constants together to simplify your equation. We're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to keep the negative 12x minus 2x. But if you look on this side, we're going to combine your x's that are here. So I have a negative 2x and a negative 13x. That's going to give me a negative 15x minus 13. Okay, and then the next thing that I'm going to do is move over. So this is a positive 2x, and this time I'm just moving. And so this gives me moving my coefficients over. So that gives me a negative, 13x. Okay, and minus 13. I got sidetracked because I thought I heard something outside. And over here, I'm left with a negative 12. Okay, so now I'm going to move my constant over. That's 13. That makes it 0. Plus 13. That makes it at 1. And now I'm left with negative 3x. Divide that by negative 13. And negative 13. Okay, do y'all see what I did wrong? So if you caught it, it was like, wait, what happened here? I needed to add these up together because it wasn't coming up, because I have to come up with negative 13. So I'm glad I caught that. So I'm just going to go ahead and erase this portion here. And again, those are those simple mistakes that you can make. And I was sidetracked because I'm expecting someone to be knocking on the door. Sorry. So here is negative 2, and I'm going to combine that with a negative 12 and a negative 2, that gives me negative 14x. Okay, there we go. Negative 15x minus 13. Now I'm going to bring this over. Whew. It's like, this isn't working out. What's happening? My brain was getting a little, like, frazzled. Like, that's not right. So I have a positive 15x, and I'm going to take 14 away from there, and it leaves me with 1x equals negative 13. All right, so that was an easy peasy lemon squeezy. See what happens when you don't combine your x's. You can really mess yourself up. All right, the next one, you should have x equals 7. You still need to show your work. An answer is not acceptable. The next one, there's no solution to it. And so this is what you should get for your no solution. I'm going to go ahead and do column B. That's 3x. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21 equals negative 9 plus 3x. I'm going to move my 3 over, so minus 3x. That leaves me with a 0. Minus 21 equals negative 9. So I have 0 x's, so there's no solution to that one. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I have negative 4x. Negative 4 times negative 2 equals positive 8. 2 times negative 2 is a negative 4x, plus 2 times 7 is 14. I'm going to move my x's over because it becomes a positive 4x. And positive 4x, that leaves me with 0 plus 8 equals 14. So that doesn't work out, so that there is no solution for that. Remember, I'm to find the value of x, and I'm not able to because x canceled itself out. And the next one is going to be x equals 1. You have x equals 5 for 10. And then the last one will be x is equal to negative 2. All right, looking at this right here, I'm going to multiply, and so I have 40 minus x equals 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. 4 times negative 6 is equal to negative 24x plus my 6. Now I can start working. So I want to combine my constants on the right side of the equation. I'm going to draw my line right here. Let me switch pencils because this one is already wearing out. So I have a negative 12 plus a positive 6. That's going to give me a negative 6 minus 24x. And I bring down my 40 minus x. All right, I'm going to take my 40 minus negative 40, negative 40. Actually, I'm going to, that's fine. This is going to give me a negative 46 minus 24x equals negative x. I'm going to put my positive 24x, positive 24x. That leaves me with 23x equals negative 46. I'm going to divide both sides by 23. And so x has a value of negative 2. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you are able to get that. So you can see that I have negative x that was left, negative 46 minus 24. Brought my 24 over. Positive 24 minus x is 23x. Divide both sides by 23, so negative 46 divided by 23 equals negative 2. So if you have the B column, let's go ahead and work this out. Look at this right here. All right, so I have a negative 3. I'm going to multiply this negative, so that becomes a negative x, and a negative times a negative is a positive 2 equals 7x plus 15. Now I'm going to put those together. I have a negative 3 plus 1 is a negative 1 minus x equals 7x, and I see where I just did plus 15. I'm going to bring my x over here, so this is a plus x. They cancel each other out. Plus x, so this is 8x. Draw my line right here. Plus 15 equals negative 1. And this is minus 15 minus 15. So it becomes a negative 16 equals 8x. Divide both sides by 8. Oh, that's supposed to be an 8. And so x has a value of negative 2. All right. That was it for tonight's homework. A lot of it, I had several people that were able to finish it in class because they were working diligently. So please make sure that you're using your time wisely when you have that opportunity of working in class, especially with partners. All right, make sure that you bring this tomorrow. Do not forget. I am taking a grade on there because I do need to make sure you do have your quiz tomorrow. And then we will go over it afterwards. All right, have a great evening. If you forgot your homework for today, make sure that you turn that in tomorrow as well. All right, and then just in case you don't remember what it looks like, if you did not turn this in, this was homework on Friday, it was due today. You did not do it, please make sure you bring it in tomorrow. All right, have a great night. Bye.